What's up, Ebonite fans? Eric Harmsen here with the first 10, and today we're bringing you the all-new Ebonite One Ovation. So really looking forward to this. Good colors on that red, steel, and black. Let's throw a first shot. All right, light mixer. Missed a little right here. So when I heard there was another one platform ball coming out, obviously I'm excited. Who isn't? What Ebonite fan doesn't love the one line? So really looking forward to putting this through the paces today and seeing what we can do in a game. We'll just hook at that. Easy, 9 spare. Moving on to the second frame, which is great. Let's chalk that up. Thank you for the spare. So obviously this is gonna have the one core. That's a Centrix mass bias core. And of course, as you'll see with some of these hits, it's got dynamic core, which is wonderful. And I intend to use that as much as possible. Second frame, I'm in around 15 at the arrows. All right, we mixed it up. We got our first strike. We're on the board through 2 frames here. So I'll tell you what, one thing I'm noticing, I've got that ball in my hand on the approach, and I can definitely tell I'm smelling that cohesion, which for me is always a good thing. I've had a lot of success and luck with that cohesion additive. So obviously this is an HK22 ball, but it's an HK22C with that cohesion. It's the GB 15.1 hybrid reactive cover type. It's a really good, sharp looking ball. Those logos pop really well. Going into the third frame. All right, much better looking shot. Really liking through 3 what I'm seeing already. Ball is rolling very nice. What I'm noticing so far is that this ball is not just hitting the friction and just duck hooking or going left on me. So far, I can really tell that this is going to be a controllable piece for my bag. Oh! That is a messenger, and I hope that's recording. I don't think I've thrown a log in this house like that in quite some time. But I'll tell you what, speaking of this place, this is Northway Lanes in Muskegon, Michigan. One of my favorite houses and centers in the state. People are wonderful here, and guys, we really appreciate you having us out, so thank you. All right. Let's keep moving on. How do you follow up that Tomahawk Messenger? Hopefully with another one. Or just 10 back would be good as well. Little inside. Wow, thank you, Dynamic Core. Perfect. So this ball is finished with your typical 500, 1000, 1500 factory compound. So obviously it's gonna have a little bit of shine to it. We're not throwing dirt out here. This ball gets down the lane, as you can tell, very easy. So let's throw another shot. All right, so we went Tomahawk Messenger, we went inside, we pulled it a little bit and struck, so let's see if we just do a nice 10 back. Perfect, great. Man, that ball is rolling really good. So that layout I've chose on mine is kind of one of my tried and true. So that's a 50 by 4.5 by 50. So just something super simple for me, kind of a benchmark layout that I use. All right, let's line up again. We're still around 15 at the arrows here. See if we can pack in another 10. A great looking ball so far, guys. Loving what I'm seeing. All right, that was on me. A little lazy at the bottom of the swing, didn't really get around it. So we've got that 2-8. Let's hook at that, try and cover it up, and we'll move right along here. Like I said, we're gonna hook at this spare. All right, we've got that down. Easy. All right, going into the 8th frame here. Guys, we've not struck twice through 7 here, so feeling pretty good. Again, really liking the motion that I'm seeing here. We're bowling on what I would consider a typical house shot. Nothing fancy, your typical house. Be back right around 15 again as well. Whew. Even with a little bit of inside out swing, ball has no problem getting through the pins nice. I've got to talk about the Entity. Recently came out, ball has been great, staple in my bag, been able to use that on a lot of different patterns, change the surface, it's taken really well. What I see with the One Ovation is it's definitely a step down. So this is going to be where I need to control the lane a little bit more, or when that pattern breaks down, this is the ball I'm going to go to the point where I don't have to swing the entire lane or use the entire lane. I believe we're going into the 9th frame here. We definitely missed left. All right. As you can see, we missed left. But as I mentioned previously, that ball is not that big skid flip. It's a much more controllable ball than, like I'd mentioned, the Entity. So for that, obviously, I left a makeable spare. Well, hopefully makeable spare. We're gonna find out very quickly. However, like I said, left me something makeable. Two. And again, that's with that Ebonite Visiball. Pretty cool. I'm not really seeing that ball on the rack or anywhere else, anything like it. So I'll tell you what, it's nice to just go grab a spare ball and actually know exactly which ball is yours. So one thing I would say with the surface, again, coming out at that 500, 1000, 1500 with the factory compound, for me, I've got to be careful with that factory compound. So sometimes I'm going to hit that with a pad. It might be a light 3000 or a light 2000. But for me, it all depends on ball speed. So for me, I'm going to hit that with a light 2000. That's just going to help the ball pick up in all the right spots. I'm not going to blow through the break point as easy. Again, these bowling balls are being made so you can tailor them to your game. I'll tell you what, it's been several years since I drilled the ball up and have not been able to adjust the surface very easily for my game. I think we're going into the 10th frame here. Let's see what we got. Last shot we missed in. And we're gonna miss in again. Brooklyn, yes. Hey, we all do it. So I'm just doing it on video. So again, that's a 10th frame, that's that first strike. All right, we got that Brooklyn. We're set up in the 10th here. Let's try and throw 2 great shots to wrap up this first 10 video. Looks good. And much better shot. So don't forget to hit it at the bottom or you're gonna end up with a Brooklyn, possibly. All right, so We're gonna finish up the first 10 video. This is our final shot in that 10th frame. Man, I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of this ball. As mentioned, this is your step down from that really strong entity. This is a much more round shape. I'm really liking what I'm seeing. That's 10. Oh. Well, we tried to throw our second messenger of the match, or the game. It did not happen. Guys, we finished out with 247. Wow. That'll wrap it up for us here at Northway Lanes. That is the Ebonite The One Ovation. Be sure to like and subscribe to all of our social media channels. And guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.